Yo, 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 and oi, oi, oi! Welcome back to the IRO. Yeah, it's finally racing time again here. Back with the GT Endurance Challenge Round 7. Today, with the qualifying and the Super Pole, followed by the 8-hour race tomorrow. Then you see it here on the screen. So 12:55 BST tomorrow with a green flag at 1 p.m. and then for 8 hours straight until the checkered flag, and with hopefully some nice post race team interviews again. So yeah, today it's qualifying day. As always, we have two separate sessions. Qualifying and then the Super Pole. Top 7 drivers will get into the Super Pole session later on. So, the usual setup. Let's have a quick look at our race info. So, Watkins Glen it is. 15 turns in total, 3.45 miles. Last season, it was Overboost Racing Team running in the Lexus RCF, and the 46 number who won that one. We have all racing tire compounds available. We have mandatory tires, but we'll get to that tomorrow for the race. Today, for the qualifying session, it will be softs all the way, as always. So, last race was at Le Mans, and let's bring up the championship standings after that one. So we've seen a change at the top of the standings. The Esports Race Asylum, number 44, they went on top. Sector 7 Racing Esports had a bit of a shocker of a race, very unlucky. Lost the lead in the championship, but still just 5 points behind P1. So I think that battle will go on until the end of the season. You see, our graphics master Evo has included some nice little arrows up and down since the last race. So you see the biggest movers on the grid for that one. Grid Life Racing, since the first round, stays inside the top 3. Overboost Racing Team after that, yeah, P2 last race at Le Mans. So they maybe a second half of the season is where the team excels now in the Dodge Viper. It's close, and also between Loose Moose Racing, Last Minute Racing, Project One Racing, also P1R. So again, they suffered from a couple of disconnects. The IRO admin did everything they could to avoid having Nick and Evo on the hosting schedule and duties. So hopefully this will also benefit P1R from getting a race without a DC. Fingers crossed for them, definitely. Project Platypus, the BMW P8. Same points as the GT Finland Racers, by the way. And yeah, in 10th, we have the Boomers from Sector 7 Racing. So I have 2 news to break for you. Basically, first sad news, it is see the team in P13, Eric's Racing, they announced, so they can't find the drivers unfortunately anymore, so they had to withdraw from the entire season. So the admin staff is currently working on a solution for the remaining races. Will get announced very soon after the race, I reckon. So they're not racing with us anymore. And for today's qualifying session, this might be very interesting for the race. So the number 5 car, they got a quali ban, so they cannot compete in today's qualifying session, so they will have to start from the back of the grid. But good news for Sector 7 Racing Esports is they will race tomorrow. So those are the 2 news and I have to announce to you. So that should set us all up for an interesting session. So yeah, just bringing up the race calendar. So it's around 78 hours off the Glen. Next month we will have another 8-hour race at Fuji. And then we finish the season with 2 longer races, 12 hours at Road Atlanta and the 12 hours at Spa. Then for the big season finale it is. So we are getting closer to the start of that qualifying session. So we have 12 drivers then today running in that session. And you might have spotted the names on the right hand side already. A nice looking grid, no doubt about that, I reckon. So yeah, who's your picks for the Super Bowl? And then later on, of course, who will be grabbing the pole position for that one? We'll find out very soon. So the qualifying session itself, it's 30 minutes. The Super Bowl later will be just 15 minutes in time. Or just to let you know, and I think then, yep, we are on time. So then let's head into the spectate mode and bring up the timer. And then we'll have a look at the drivers and the cars on that outlap. So 30 minutes now for the teams to qualify for the top 7 to continue with the qualifying session. So let's have a look at our drivers today in the 77 Race Asylum BMW. It's Sluxy, the number 3 car. We have the Jakey for Grid Life Racing, the Lexus RCF. Then definitely one to watch, it is Maddie for the 45 last minute racing Nissan GTR. Another GTR on the grid for GT Finland racers in that 66 Nissan. Then it's Project 1 racing the number 20 Aston Martin. We have Melvin for Project Platypus. Melvin with the debut in the IRO 2025 season for the team. The same goes for Yagami in the 64 AMG, run by the Sector 7 Racing Mikula team. Nuke in the 764 Aston Martin for Sector 7 Racing Boomers. Then it is Kaza Esports Race Asylum 44 Nissan GTR. T-Rex in the Dodge Viper, the number 1 car for our Overboost Racing team. We have Mr. SBS in the Loose Smooth Racing Aston Martin. And then finally It is James for Apex Hunter Racing in another BMW. Right. Let's stay with Sluxy. He is the first driver on the flying lap. And looking at Sluxy's lines in that Beamer. So far looking like a clean lap. Who gets into the final sector now. Coming uphill, left-hander. Next split sector time should come up now. And then into the fast flowing final couple of turns. Right-hander. And it's the first reference lap time, a 44, incoming 43.9. Jakey 8.6. Maddie with that 42.5 there. I saw that in the warm-up. Maddie was on a different planet compared to the other drivers. So Melvin up to P2 for Project Platypus at this stage. Yagami in pit, no. This Kaza, who got up to P3 with that 43.2. Or P7 currently it is Nuke. And for the Boomers, so remember, it's the top 7 for now that will qualify for the Super Pole. You don't need to have pole position now, but you want to make it into the top 7. So Overboost Racing Team currently sitting outside. .3 to find. I'm pretty sure those lap times will come down. It's a 44.8 currently that needs to be beaten. I reckon definitely sub 144s. My call would be a 43.7. Let's get an onboard with Maddie, shall we? One slower lap. Next charge lap now, I reckon, for the French driver for last minute racing. There's still plenty of time, of course. You see 24 minutes to go. Yeah, and we see purple into the bus stop, carrying the speed, aggressive lines. Using all of the curb into the boot section of the track. There's some cars in front, not sure if they distract Maddie. Oh, go in faster, more than 2/10 up on his already very quick lap time. A little bit of a wiggle. Interesting work with the gears. Lost half a tenth. Still up. That looked fast into the final turn early on the powerboard gear and nearly touches the wall. That should be an improvement for Maddie. It's a 42.3. Melvin for Project Platypus in second, Kaza third, Jake for Project One Racing in 4th. The Shadow for GT Finland Racers P5. Jakey in P6. And Mr. SBS in P7. So my lap time already gone. My prediction 43.5. It is currently for the number 7. So that 0.7 wasn't quite there. Small improvement for Mr. SBS in the Aston for Loose Moose Racing. So we have the 64 sitting outside currently with a 43.6. So it's very much doable, I think, to get the time down. So yeah, this will be interesting. Oh, Lucas with a 43.2 cutoff. I mean, the drivers will definitely pit at some point, slap on some fresh soft tires, and we'll have a light car. So yeah, why not a low 43 as a cutoff? Who knows? So yeah, we see Slugsy for the 77 BMW in P9. James 10th currently for Apex Hunter Racing. P-Rex for Overboost Racing in 11th, and Shadow with a little bit of an improvement, and Nuke P12 currently. Improves up to P11 for the Boomers, and we see now some drivers heading into the pits for a fresh set of soft tires. It's still very close between Jakey, Mr. SBS and Yagami. 0.4, 0.5 and 0.6. Those three drivers currently. The Shadow with a 0.3. So will he be safe with that one? The 44 moves up into P2. 7/10 the gap to Maddie, who is just chilling a little bit in the pits now. Yeah, 7/10, so they should be pretty much safe with that one. Okay, going for a toilet break. So who is on a fast lap? The Shadow improved once again, chipping away those thousandths of a second. And Melvin with a 43.0 up to P2 for the Platypus BMW. Outlap, we saw the Shadow for GT Finland Racers, P5, 43.328. Jakey coming out of the pits, 43.4 currently. The 35, we will start a lap now. Here we go. On board with the Aston Martin. Turn number 1, don't run too wide on the exit. That was okay. You have to keep one of your wheels on the curb. So up the S's. Had to upshift to 6th gear. A little bit down. Oh, that was too aggressive. Through the bus stop, so no improvement. for the Norwegian driver for Loose Moose Racing. What about Yagami and the 64? 6/10 down currently, so won't be improving on that lap. I have access to the fuel. The fuel is quite low. Maybe they do one lap. But also one thing, you just cannot exit directly to the pits / lobby. So if you want to pit, you have to do a proper in lap. So you don't want to run your fuel all the way down to the absolute minimum. James improving. Is he? 43.7, getting closer. That was a bit wide, I reckon. Let's see. Got away with it. Slugsy in. New tires, fuel, and has a little bit of front aero damage. Nothing to worry for now. So 16 minutes to go. There's still a lot of time left in this one. Oh, the Viper improving first sector. Yeah, that's, I reckon, nearly a second to get into the top 7. Maybe 8/10 at this stage. Is it possible for P-Rex and the RRT team? That was wide. Dirty tires and probably a penalty as well. If you leave the track. Yeah, that's a 1 second on top of it. What can the Boomers do? Oh, we have development. Yagami up to P7. Just jumped Mr. SBS. No, 43.513. Keza, the second driver, into the 42s, and Mr. SBS up to P4, a 43.250. So P4 it is, puts Jakey on the hot seat for the session. I think to be safe, that predicted 43.2 cutoff time, so 2/10 to find. A bit of traffic. Maybe a little bit of slipstream assist. Down on the lap time. What about the AMG? Was for a brief moment inside the top 7. Now bumped out, not on this lap. Fuel is low, looks to be like a pit stop incoming. Most of the drivers pitting again. Won't be improvement on that lap. No, the number 5 team didn't get a race ban, just a quali ban. It is just one of their drivers that got a race ban for that one. So they are good to go for tomorrow's race. So, quick rundown. currently the top 7, the 45, Last Minute Racing, the 44, Esports Race Asylum, Melvin, and for Project Platypus, the 11 in P3, Mr. SBS, the 35, Loose Moose Racing Aston in P4, Jake for Project 1 Racing, and the 20, Aston in P5. The Shadow in the 66, Nissan GTR for the GT Finland Racers in P6, and Jakey in the number 3, Green Machine, Sexy Lexi, as it was called in chat, in P7 currently. So those would be the 7 drivers that will compete in the Super Pole. Following after this session, you see the timer, 12 minutes still left on the clock, and the gap between P7 and P8 is really close. Yagami for the 64 Mikuga, Sector 7 Racing AMG. Doesn't need much. He's on the outlap. James needs to find more than 2/10 in his BMW. He's down this lap. What about the 77 Race Asylum BMW? Is Luxy coming around into the final sector? Also a bit down on his time and indicating to the right he will be pitting for fresh tires and fuel. Oh, the 64 Aston Martin in P11. Another 3/10 behind Slugsy. Oh, that's 7/10 to P7 currently. And the Vipers struggling a little bit today. You probably won't see the number 1 car for the Super Pole later on. No improvement. Eric's, they had to withdraw from the entire championship, unfortunately, so they won't be competing anymore. And the air admins will find solutions to fill up the grid for Split 1 for the next races, of course. So, final 10 minutes of this first qualifying session. Now it's money time, it's crunch time. Will we see any improvements? We should still stay around P7 to see any developments. The Yagami coming around that final turn. Not quite. Jakey surviving on that P7 at the moment. Yeah, the air admin team will find solutions. Trust us. They have ideas and will hopefully see both splits with 14 cars then for the remainder of the season. So then I think we go on board with Jakey for that lap. Coming out of the final turn, the third gear, revving the nuts out of the RCF. Just around the 200 board into turn number 1. Carry the speed. And for the uphill S's, we go right, left, flat out. Early upshift to 5th gear. Interesting. Staying in 5th gear. Improving slightly on this quick downshift to 3rd gear. For a tiny bit of rotation, I reckon, to the bus stop. Same here. 4th, 3rd, and 4th. And for the long sweeping turns. Taking a narrow entry for the uphill ride. Oh, and gets a massive oversteer moment. The rear stepping out. Lost all of the time, unfortunately. And was a good lap so far. What to do now? Hit. But the shadow improved once again to a 43.2. So that won't be the lap for GTEC. He's still holding on to that P7. Let's have a look at the Yagami 164. AMG running wide, very wide. I think he just kept it within the track limits. Into the final sector. And what's time? 2/10 down. Won't be improving. Fuel is very low. So my guess, this will be a pit stop. And then go on for the final charge in this session. So Maddie staying in the pits. Feels warmed up. Keza in second for the 44. Esports Race Asylum. Nissan. Melvin also parked it. Feels safe about the 42.9. And we have a couple of drivers still running. E4 for Loose Moose Racing, the 35. 43.2 should be enough, probably the same for the 66 GT Finland Racers GTR. Jake for Project 1 Racing. I think that's also, or is it a 0.3 maybe? Don't see the personal best currently. It's P6 and here comes GTEC. 43.4. 7 thousandths of a second improvement. It's so outlap for Yagami and the 64. What about James? 4 minutes to go. James with a 43.7. A bit over 2/10 to find for James to make it into the top 7. Sluxy P10 currently with a 43.8. And 800 getting closer to James and Apex Hunter Racing, the 2 BMWs. What about Nuke in the 764 Aston Martin? The Boomer Mobile. 44.2 currently. The 66 improved once again. So final stages now of the session. Nuke won't be improving on that lap. There is the number 1 Viper, the 10th behind so far. Let's see, Jakey improved again, 8.392. So now it's a 10th. That is a white line. That's the NASCAR line at turn 1. That will be a penalty. Also a big penalty for the 64 car. Oh, Jakey. Will this be enough? 0.3 now. He improved his personal best twice now. But you see that gap. It's just 1.2 tenths to the 64. And with 1.5 minutes to go. I think they're up to P11 for Pyrex. Oh, Mr. SBS improved 43.1. Stays safely inside the top 7. Same for the Shadow and the 66 GTR. Jake for Project 1 Racing. Will he make it through? It's close. Will this be the final lap already? No, might squeeze in one more. Or we'll stay with Jake. If he's still close on his personal. Yep, he is. So then let's stay until the end of the lap. .43.189 jumped the Shadow. So now I think it's between Jakey and Yagami. Jakey down on that final lap of qualifying session number 1. And it's also, yeah, it's the final lap for the 64. Needs to have a mighty final sector. And it's a 43.5, stays in P8, so I think we have our top 7. Unless, oh, Melvin with a 42.68. Oh, that was a big shift for James and Apex Hunter Racing, the 69. 3/10 down, no improvements. Luxy finished. It's P10. Nuke jumped Pyrex and the number 1 Viper. E11 it is for the Boomers. Or will he improve? Again, yeah, a little bit. Touched the wall, I think. Yeah, no improvement. So that's it, I think, for the qualifying session. So, oh, it's still racing on the final lap, but no, all good. So we have our top 7 drivers. Let's come out of this. We have still a minute or so. We can still have a look at the right hand side. So we see the top 7. That's Maddie for Last Minute Racing, Melvin for Project Platypus, Keza for Esports Race Asylum, Mr. SBS for Loose Moose Racing, Jake for Project 1 Racing, the Shadow for GT Finland Racers, and a Jakey for Grid Life Racing. This will be our 7 drivers to compete in the Super Pole in just a couple of minutes. So quickly get rid of the overlays. And then we wait for the official in-game graphics. And all right, here we go. Results for you, ladies and gentlemen. Maddie with a 42.3. Melvin with a 42.6 on his final attempt. So getting warmed up for the shootout in the Super Pole. Kazar and Mr. SBS. Jake, Shadow, and Jakey, the top 7. Then in P8 we see the 64 AMG and Yagami for Mikuga, Sector 7 Racing, and James for AHR P9 alongside with Sluxy in the battle of the BMWs, and the 77 Race Asylum car P11 goes to Sector 7 Racing Boomers in the Aston Martin, and Dodge Viper number 1 Overboost Racing Team P12. So we have then P13 for the number 5 Sector 7 Racing Esports for tomorrow. And then we'll see the top 7. They will continue with the qualifying session after a short break, and we'll see who can grab pole position. It's hard to not bet on Maddie, right? But you never know. You never know what will happen in the Super Pole. It's just 15 minutes, the Super Pole. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Just bringing up the weekend schedule. So yeah, Super Pole about to start very soon, and then the race tomorrow live from 12:55 BST here on the IRO YouTube channel with live commentary for the entire 8 hours. It will be one continuous stream. Green flag should drop at 1 p.m. BST, and then the checkered flag something about 9 p.m. BST. If there's nothing major to report for tomorrow's race. So, seat announcement just under 2 minutes before we start with the Super Pole. Zach with the eagle eyes here, looking at my game and the cars I'm driving or having selected. Guess what, Zach? I did it just for you. Just for you. I changed the car to something else. I felt like it's more fitting to have like a GT3 car now showing on display compared to a Megane trophy. But yeah, it's some insiders here don't have to understand it. So, all right, I'll then get ready with my overlays. So Super Pole, let's bring up that one. Do this. Timer. Okay. So I'm ready. Travers also ready. Host is also ready. Let's go. Super Bowl. No, we haven't started the Super Bowl yet. Bear with me. Now we should see the timer running. So 15 minutes. Now, who will get pole position for tomorrow's race? The 7 drivers in this are Jakey for Grid Life Racing, Maddie for Last Minute Racing, the Shadow GT Finland Racers, Jake Project 1 Racing, Melvin Project Platypus, Mr. SBS, Loose Moose Racing, and Casa Esports Race Asylum. Here we go on the outlet now. So everyone using the soft tire compound, no surprise. And we see some gaps now between the drivers. Mr. SBS slowing down. Maddie as well. Last in line. What is alright? It is Jakey. Comes round on the final turn. Here we go. Second gear, third gear on the exit. Let's compare the top speeds. 250, 54, 55, 56 kph. 200 at the exit of the bus stop. That looks fast. Once again, a very tight entry into the uphill. This time more gentle on the throttle. Avoids the loose rear end. Braking just before the 100. Abusing first gear for rotation. And engine braking. Into the final 2 turns. Left hand a little lift needed. Very close to the wall, and it's a 43.6 to start with. Shadow 0.2. Jake doesn't improve. What about Melvin? 43.0. Puts him on top. Kaza with a 43.1. Waiting for Maddie. 42.7. So first blood was drawn. So the 45 leading. Ooh, big wiggle. This won't be a fast lap, I reckon. A cool down lap maybe. Yeah, 11 in P2 on the front row. Then it's the 44 alongside with the 66. the number 3 car and the 35 on that third row currently, and the 20 Aston on the fourth row. So this won't be the end of the line. We will see improvements, pretty sure. Probably no improvement for Jake. Is Melvin improving? No, not on that lap. What about Gaza? Yep, could jump up to P2 to the front row. .43.0. Jakey with the penalty. No improvement for Mr. SPS or Jake. Let's have a look at Maddie. Oh, he was close on that second flying lap. Even with that massive moment. Turn 1 on lap 3. Uh, 260 nearly before the bus stop, so carrying a little bit more speed compared to the Lexus. And again, a aggressive run through the bus stop. Is that quick? Probably. Just a couple of seconds away from Sector 2. Okay, found some time, nearly 2/10. .5 is possible, I reckon. Yeah. Melvin with a .6. Up into P1, but here comes Maddie. .5 predicted. It's a .533, so Maddie and the 45 back on top. E11 Project Platypus BMW in P2 with Melvin. Kaza P3 currently for the 44 Esports Race Asylum, the Shadow for the 66 GT Finland Racers. Still in P4. Jakey on the outlap. The 35 Loose Moose Racing Aston on the outlap now as well, and a Jake as well. Who is on the flyer? Let's see, Melvin a little bit ahead on track compared to Maddie. You know, he's down. Rear a bit loose. Not far behind. With a great final sector. Time for improvement, I reckon. Or will it be pit for some fresh soft tires? Yeah, that looked fast through that final turn. It's just a little bit on improvement. So 1.3 the gap to Melvin in P2. There's Kaza starting the next run. Just over 5 minutes to go. Let's go on board with Kaza. Not getting the same top speed as Maddie. Maybe a little bit of a different downforce setup for the 44 car. Let's wait for sector 2 time. Yep, improving. On track for a 142. Whoa, that wasn't the best run. Lost some time. Maddie improved to a 0.3. Would it be a 42 for Kessa? Lost some time. Just missed out on it. We saw that Jake was improving, a 43.6. So close between the 20 Aston and the 35 Aston. Bit more than a tenth to Jakey in P5 and the number 3 car. We have the 66 Nissan with a 43.2 sitting in P4. Kaza with that 43.0. And what is Melvin and the 11 BMW Project Radicus going to do? Still have 3 minutes to go. Maybe they're just waiting and get one more lap, one more attempt. Or is Melvin just given up and was like, I can't beat that 42.3. Maddie pitting. Will he go for one more? That is the question. Yep, Melvin now just wait a little bit to also get a clear track. Keza coming round. Final 2 minutes starting soon. Jake for Project 1 Racing up to P5. Keza did improve, right? A 42.9, yeah. The display was a bit bugged. And Jake with that 43.4 into row number 3 for the number 20 Aston Martin. Can Jake retaliate? Would be still a start in the 3rd row for the number 3. It's a bit down. I might get one more. Let's see. Oh, that was wide. And a penalty. Hey. Oh, let's have a look at the 11 BMW. 3/10 the gap to Maddie and the 45 last minute racing Nissan. It will be one more lap for the drivers. Here we go. On board with the BMW. Oh, that's probably had a wiggle, and it's a penalty, so won't be improving on that one. Keza improved and gets one more lap, A 42.8 P3 is a nice gap to Shadow in a 66 in P4. So, oh, final lap, you see it. Whoa, that was close. Didn't cost Maddie, he cuts the grass. Was a bit down the first sector though. Oh, 2 tenths down, no improvement. Can Keza improve? A little bit of wear on his racing softs. 4 tenths down, no improvement. 66 coming round and won't improve. Can Jake improve? That was a wide line, a very wide line. Did he keep it within the track limits? It looked like he has a poor middle sector though. And Jakey coming round. 43.4 up to P5, just got ahead of the Project One racing car. So let's get rid of my graphics and then let's present the qualifying results graphic super pole. So 45 last minute racing, Maddie secured pole position once more. In the front row, it looks like we see Melvin or Project Platypus Racing. Then row number 2 we have Kaza and the Shadow, 2 more Nissan GTRs. And I can't, sorry for that arrow, but I think the race has already ended, so the graphic is bugged. So row 3 we have Jakey and Jake, Grid Life Racing and Project One Racing, and on row number 4 P7 it is Loose Moose Racing, the 35 car. So yeah, so I don't have access to the graphics anymore, sorry about that, but the qualifying results will be presented as a nice little graphics then in Discord, and so watch out for that. All right, so that's the end of the qualifying session. We will be back tomorrow with the race, of course. Once again, 12:55 British Summer Time here on this channel. Once again with yeah, it will be 4 racing stints, 8 hours, 1 continuous stream here on the IRO YouTube channel. We have Jayland tomorrow opening us on comms. We have Sector 7 Racing Tati. I will be doing stint 3, and GT45 Gaming will bring us home. So looking forward to the talented crew of broadcasters for this one tomorrow. And yeah, I hope you're also joining us. Leave a like, share with your friends, whatever. Subscribe if you haven't already. And then, yeah, I hope to see you tomorrow. And before the race, have a good rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. And see ya, I guess. Bye.